Welcome to Thoughts on the Market. I'm Terrence Flynn, Morgan Stanley's U.S. Pharma and Biotech Analyst. The market for obesity medicines is at an inflection point, and today I'll focus on what's driving the next stage of global growth. It's Thursday, June 5th at 2 p.m. in New York. GLP-1 medicines have been viewed by many stakeholders as one of the most transformative medications on the market today. They've exploded in popularity over the last few years and become game changers for many people who take them. These drugs have large-cap biopharma companies racing to innovate. They've had ripple effects on food, fitness, and fashion. They truly are a major market force. And now, we're on the cusp of a significant broadening of use of these medicines. Currently, the U.S. is the largest consumer in the world of GLP-1s, but new versions of these medicines suggest that this market will extend beyond the U.S. to significantly larger numbers of patients globally. On our estimates, the total addressable market, or TAM, for obesity medications should reach $150 billion globally by 2035, with approximately $80 billion from the US and $70 billion from international markets. Now, this marks a meaningful increase from our 2024 forecast of $105 billion and reflects a greater appreciation of opportunities outside of the US. We think obesity drug adoption will likely accelerate as patients and providers become more familiar with the new products and as manufacturers address hurdles in production, distribution, and access. Current adoption rates of GLP-1 treatments within the eligible obesity population are about 2 to 3%. This is in the US, and roughly 1% in the rest of the world. Now, when we look out further, we anticipate these figures to surge to 20% and 10% respectively, really driven by 5 things. First, after a period of shortages, supply constraints have improved, and the drug makers are investing aggressively to increase production. Second, new data show that obesity drugs have broader clinical applications. They can be used to treat coronary heart disease, stroke, hypertension, kidney disease, or even sleep apnea. They could also potentially fight Alzheimer's disease, neuropsychiatric conditions, and even cancer. Third, we think coverage will expand as obesity drugs are approved to treat diseases beyond obesity. Public healthcare coverage through Medicare should also broaden based on these expected approvals. Fourth, some drug makers are successfully developing obesity drugs in pill form instead of injectables. Pills are, of course, easier to administer and can reach global scale quickly. And finally, drug makers are also developing next-gen medications with even higher efficacy, new mechanisms of action, and more convenient, less frequent dosing. All in all, we think that over the next decade, broader GLP-1 adoption will extend well beyond biopharma. We expect significant impacts on medical technology, healthcare services, and consumer sectors like food, beverages, and fashion, where changes in patient diets could reshape market dynamics. Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoy the show, please leave us a review wherever you listen and share thoughts on the market with a friend or colleague today.
The preceding content is informational only and based on information available when created. It is not an offer or solicitation, nor is it tax or legal advice. It does not consider your financial circumstances and objectives and may not be suitable for you.